traders and investors alike were green yesterday. I really hope investors are well hedged for this pullback. There are ways that you can take advantage of these and protect your positions, actually maximize, actually make some money on them. Today's like the big day. It's like the Super Bowl. What is the Fed going to do? It does affect us trading, but it also affects us in real life, outside of the market, and it affects people we know, people we love, people everywhere. Times are getting rough, and I see things getting a lot worse before they get better, unfortunately. Just a lot of bad decisions. The major printing of money, all that printing of money helped during, one pandemic, or helped in one situation, but eventually, and it's coming now, it leads to another very severe situation that could end up actually worse than the pandemic itself. We're going to have to see it, but there's just stuff everywhere. We mentioned last night in the recap video, but there's just so much news coming out every day. And what will the Fed do? Will they get us caught up? What are they going to do with the book? What is the bonds going, or what's the amount of bonds they're going to be releasing next month? Just so much going on, and this video is about price action, technical analysis, charts, trading ideas. So we're not really going to touch on the political side of anything. So let's just get started. This is AMC, which held in better yesterday, and we were expecting it. We know when the market pulls back, they tend to sometimes, not every time, but sometimes they'll come after the meme names. So we had them on the radar. Crude, you can see crude pull back yesterday. We added this chart. It is back down to the 9 here. Some of the energy plays pulled back. This is the put to call ratio. We are in the bearish zone. We did, ease up some, just letting us know, which the flow was really mixed yesterday. Still on the bear side, but really mixed. The S&P 500 has massive orders coming in. The biggest order was a bullish order, but there was massive orders, 50, 60, 30, a lot of very heavy millions, deep in the millions, that we seen come in yesterday. So it looks like some of the big money may be letting go of some of the hedges, thinking that the market's going to snap on possible a 7.5 or possibly even bigger. We're seeing some people mention now a full point. We'll see. So this is the McLaren oscillator for the Nasdaq. You can see we didn't cool off much. We're still way deep down here in the oversold bearish area. Same for the New York Stock Exchange. Very, very bearish here, very oversold. This is a sign saying, hey, we can get a bounce. You can see what happens when we get down here. We don't spend much time down here when we get here, and we like to snap back for an oversold bounce. So maybe we have one coming. Maybe it's today. You can see the dollar got stalled out right here. The VIX, we called for 35. We got 35. Still up here in the range. Got a nice inside day, staying inside the Bollinger Bands, or I should say back inside the Bollinger Bands right now. See what it's going to do today. There's a good chance it's going to cool off if the rate hikes are right. This is the natural gas chart we pulled out of the commodities list. You can see the big down candle here, the big down candle. Natural gas futures are wild to trade. I don't trade futures. Probably will in the future, but right now it's just mainly stocks. But you can see this big down candle. We cut right through the 50 here like it was nothing. We do got some support down here, but hopefully we won't fall that hard, at least that fast. There's nothing wrong with natural gas coming down, but it's the rate and speed that it comes down at that can get a little scary. You can see gold here. So some of the reasons why we are showing some of these charts right now is just kind of showing everybody that there's really nowhere to hide. They're selling everything right now. Silver, you can see pulling back. And a lot of people kept saying bullish on silver, bullish on gold. One of the reasons, earlier in the year around March when you know these names were pumping, we put in this descending triangle here. So it's one of the reasons why I have not been bullish on precious metals. They just don't trade the same as they used to. You know, 4 years ago, you could run to gold. Everybody would run to gold, but it's just not the same as it was then. And most people are still screaming, trying to shove their money into gold. So Apple, you know, another red day. But the thing about Apple is it's been holding in. This is Abby. You know, we've been calling for a downtrend or a pullback on this one. We've been getting exactly what we, you know, so we called for going into a downtrend right here. This candle right here. We've been saying that we were going to pull back at this point right here. We said this was a high, a lower high, pull back. We come back up, put in another lower high, pulling back. I would expect a bounce off of this support area here. It all depends on the market. The market right now is just bad. AMD was pretty flat yesterday. You can see the little candle down there. Not much range into it. Affirm, still, you know, we were bearish on Affirm due to the bearish diamond pattern. I know it's pretty messy. You can see Affirm down here trading pretty flat, almost possibly, you know, looks like it's found some support here that it may be may get a little bounce off from before it continues on its next leg down. AMC, you can see AMC actually traded a little better than a lot of other stocks. It got hammered at open, and then it come back and pushed, took out the high, and continued to push up through it. And you know, it didn't go much past the high of the day at the open, but it did recover, which is better than some stocks did. You know, like the SPY was steady downtrend all day. So you got AMD here, flat on the day, and we can see the very small candle that it put in on the daily. Amazon, we've been bearish on Amazon since the day of the split. We had seen this candle. Things, you know, been printing. This is Apple's 15-minute chart. You can see we're trading in a tight range down here. Almost seems like they don't want to take it any lower. We will see. Boeing had a strong day yesterday, come out of nowhere. When the rest of the market was pulling back, they reported some delivery numbers. I didn't think the delivery numbers were that great. I guess they were, you know, maybe I was looking at them the wrong way, but this thing ripped off them delivery numbers, which was announced across our squawk. You can see Cleveland Cliff, you know, we went bearish on the metal stocks. It's been pulling back. You see down here, we broke through this support level. And I mean, this thing's falling so hard, it's outside of the Bollinger Bands. I would expect a bounce or a consolidation or something to get it back in them bands. It won't stay out of the bands, but so long. This is CVX, actually one of the market's bigger names right now when it comes to energy. This is one of the hotter names at the time. Right back, it's a little below the 50 here. The 15-minute chart, you can see it chopping around. So ExxonMobil, you know, ExxonMobil was a beast. We were getting new highs out of this every day. It's definitely cooled off with the market. You see it opened up and pushed at open, pushing right here, and then it ended up pulling back. A big, very big pullback here. I know some of the members were able to get in on that. Congratulations to the Franks who traded ExxonMobil. We have two different Franks in the group. So that, you know, that was some nice opportunities there. So, you know, when it comes to today, what are we looking for? Well, want to see, in this case, we were looking to take our 50 out to the upside to be bullish. To the downside, we would like to clear all our major moving averages. Watch for the day's low. Watch your pre-market levels. Some of the levels are not as clear. GME pushed yesterday right out of the gate. It pushed up, and you know, once again, we mention all the time that when the market pulls back, it's no guarantee. They don't do it every time, but sometimes when the market pulls back and the market's in turmoil, that's when they go after the meme names. And that's one of the things that we talk about, one of the reminders that we're putting out all the time. Myself, I was looking to trade bearish, except for when I seen the relative strength in Tesla. This is the Qs. You can see inside candle down here, trading fairly sideways, not a lot of range in the market. You can see right here, we didn't get much range out of the Qs at all. It's what, the reason why we were in and out more yesterday, not really trying to let a whole lot run, was just trying to bank the profits and lock them in and keep it moving. You can see TLT, the 10-year bond, we're outside of the Bollinger Bands here. We've been bearish on this since the flag. Things could change for this today depending on what they do with the bonds, how much they plan on releasing. Bonds could bounce a little. IWM, we've been bearish on that since this bear flag here, pulled down. It's outside of the Bollinger Bands here. Would not be surprised to get a bounce today if the news is the right, because we're not getting much range here. We could get a nice snap up to the upside. If we do, you want to look for things like your gaps. Watch your gaps. You want to make sure you're taking out yesterday's high. And since we haven't had a whole lot of range, go back and keep your eye on Monday's high as well. So, if we start to push up, you can see the market is up right now. We're starting to pull back a little right here, but we have opened up fairly strong. Not like we've made a huge move, but the SPY has pushed up some. The market has pushed up some. Chinese names are up. EDU's up. PUK's up. That's Prudential. Baidu's up. CCJ's up. XP's up. Race's up. Snow's up. Just a lot of stuff on the scanner. PBR's up. So we have a lot of stuff moving up on the scanner this morning. EDU's up 8.27%, which is $1.76. It's a pretty nice move. Here's MRO. MRO made a big move at open yesterday. Big candle, strong candle. It was rising in pre-market. Big strong candle here. Chopped around. You can see it found a top here and then snatched back. That made a nice move too. I don't know if any of the members were able to get any of that. Facebook, Meta, I still call it Facebook. I apologize. I'm trying to get the Meta. It's going to take a little while. You can see we're back down here almost to the bottom of this falling wedge. So there is a support level down here. You can see it hit this area here. We touched this area here. You can see like a shakeout candle there, and it snapped up. We're almost right back in the same area. So I would not be surprised to see a bounce today or very, very soon. But the numbers are, making things a little difficult until, the market's probably going to, well, we get some movement in the open. We're probably going to chop coming into the meeting, and then we'll get some serious action then, whether it be up or down. Remember, we talk about that first move all the time. The Discord knows what I'm saying. So we know usually what happens on the initial move, and then usually another one comes after that. We talk about that, how to trade these events all the time. And of course, I'll be live. We'll have Pal up live and be trying to help and make sure everybody understands what's going on. So we got Oxy there. Let's go back real quick. Oxy has lost to 20. Didn't quite make it to the 50. Need to take this 20 back and head up back to the 9. See how your 9's turning down? Just not a good sign. It won't be but a day or two. We'll be crossing that 20. Not an MA cross trader, but I do use the MA cross, but I don't, just because of MA crosses, I don't take a trade. So you can see Oxy here pushed right up into a previous level of support, which is now resistance, and pre-marked at 64 and found resistance there, come all the way back down to almost 61, 60.98. And that's Oxy. We just lost the 50. Then what was I looking at? Hold on. Still MRO. Okay, let's get back to business. This is Oxy. I apologize. Oxy is still below the 50 though. So MRO never quite touched the 50. So Oxy is a little weaker. I do apologize about that. PLTR, falling wedge. We pulled out of this. Have a member watching this looking to take a trade into it. I may try to swing this myself and throw an alert out, but we kind of expected it to take a bounce yesterday, and it's exactly what we got. So we'll be watching it today, maybe looking for that entry today. You can draw a line right across here. You can see we found resistance yesterday at 794. So today we're looking to take out yesterday's high, or to be bearish, we want to get below these moving averages and watch, areas like 727, and then watch these candles down here. Watch yesterday's low if we continue to pull through those areas. SoFi is another one that held in well yesterday. Opened up and ripped, pulled back and pushed and pushed. Not a big move, but definitely better than what a lot of the market had actually done. And you can see SoFi down here. So I highlighted this candle. It's almost like a shakeout candle down there. So maybe SoFi is getting ready to move back up. I wouldn't expect to, we're not heading back to new highs, but I would expect a reconnect of the trend line, possibly coming back up to these moving averages for the next leg down. So we got some big areas to take out if the market does try to push on this news. SPY, you can see the SPY had a little more range than what the Qs did. Not much. First candle was down, tried to push up. That actually got me a little right there where we tried to open up. We pulled down. I thought we were setting the trend, and we didn't. Pulled back. So today, we can see where we pushed up, and we're actually trying to give back the little gap up. We didn't gap, but where we pushed up, trying to give all that back now. So we'll have to see what the market's going to do today. To the downside, a major level to watch for would be yesterday's low. Looking to take out yesterday's high to be super bullish. Tesla was strong yesterday. It showed a lot of relative strength. You can see this yesterday actually trying to pinch this MACD here. Tesla's got so much news every day, bullish, bearish, just stuff everywhere right now. But you can see it open. We ripped down, got a nice put trade, and then was able to trade this to the upside. Then actually got a trade right here at the end of the day, towards the end of the day, and took a trade late. To the downside, locked that in, and then we ended up turning and going back up. So, but Tesla paid the bills yesterday. Actually recovered from two SPY trades that I tried to keep the losses small, but I did take, and I shouldn't have took. Actually, I was a little getting a little shooken because every time I was waiting for my confirmation candle, was getting these big drops. So I got a little undisciplined there for a few minutes, but was able to shake it off and get things back together.
15.50. The Dow futures up 108. NASDAQ up 58. Crude is down $1.11 at 117.80. Gold is up $11.40 at 1824.90. Bitcoin futures down 1,950 at 20,175.
So there's your market report at 5:17 in the morning. UNG, another big pullback. I mean, they're just beating natural gas up. Upstart, we've been watching this double top here. We've been bearish on it. It's been moving exactly the way we have been expecting. But watch for a push here. Like I say, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of signs here, a lot of signals, candles, just a lot of stuff saying that we could take a push here to sediment indicators. It's very possible to get a push. If these numbers are right, I would expect the market to push a little bit to get rid of some of this oversoldness. The market's still in trouble. I don't care what these numbers are today. The economy is still in a lot of trouble. You can see Upstart was pretty flat. Wells Fargo down. Banks are just getting beat up. You can see nice pullback at open. So the banks actually had a range to them where the market wasn't trading so well, or the dollar amount, the movement, the range was very tight. Wells Fargo definitely opened up a little bit, and you'd been able to make some money if you took a trade into it. ExxonMobil, we looked at the 15 on that. Zim, you can see Zim's trying to, almost like it's trying to put in a little rounded bottom down here on the 15. We'll have to see what it's going to do. You can see we come down here to the 200. We breached the 200 to come down to 48. Well, actually, there's a wick there. Closed at 48.23. Monday, did take the 50 back yesterday. I can see Zim trying to push back up and catch back up with the moving averages, put in, a lower low and then come down. So that's basically what I'm looking for a lot of stuff right now. Man, we could be very wrong. We can continue down. We're so far extended down at this point. I'm expecting, this to act as a low, price to push back up to put in a lower high and then possibly continue down. And I think, I still think there's more downside in the market. Well, that's it for today. I hope this helps. Hope to see everybody in the trading room. And please, if we're anything here that is helping you, please smash the like button. Subscribe if you're unsubscribed. Please protect your capital. Try to apply discipline in your trades. Protect your capital. There's more to trading than just winning. So I hope everybody has a good day. Stay green, stay safe.